Welcome to the the very first in the world Car Lifestyle podcast.
Yeah.
This podcast will consist of the automotive world, day-to-day news, different things going on in the rally world, racing world, car world, exotic cars, regular cars, internet, social media, you name it. We're going to hit that topic. Now, Car Lifestyle is the brainchild of one of the three hosts. I'm Seth Rose from Exotics Rally. I have here with me Tminus and Gabe Florido from Car Lifestyle. Now, the brainchild behind Car Lifestyle is Gabe. Gabe, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Gabe Florido. Started Car Lifestyle about 2.5 years ago as a regular Instagram page. Just wanted to post cool stuff, and just blew up into about 1 million followers. And then I brought my partner over here, Mr. Tminus.
Now, Tminus.
And I would tell you that you could Google me, but I'm not that goddamn famous yet.
Not yet. Tminus is a celebrity of his own kind in his own mind. Now, as far as car lifestyle goes, let's get a little history of Car Lifestyle. We'll start with that. Now, Car Lifestyle started a couple of years ago, you said?
Yeah, a couple of years ago.
Okay,
Yep.
and it started as a basic Instagram page, and it was just like your passion for cars?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. But today it's grown into well over 1 million followers.
Yep, 1.8 million.
As of today, you have 1.8 million.
Well, today 1.87.
In case you guys didn't realize yet, but Gabe is Mr. Statistics.
Yeah.
He watches that page like a hawk. But then again,
Motherfucking right he does.
that's his business. That's his job. So I really can't blame him for that. Now, Tminus came on board how long ago?
900,000, right before 1 million.
Yeah, right.
Right before 1 million. You came on
He came
board
in August, right?
back in August. So we're talking about 8 months ago.
Yep.
So in the past 8 months, it has almost doubled in size.
Yeah, almost doubled. Yep.
Which is a pretty amazing feat. I mean, look, I've got a small Instagram page that's got about 10,000 followers. So, I mean, and half of them are probably
Decent
ghosts.
size for a private tour, though.
Yeah, not bad. I'm pretty proud of that accomplishment on my own. And as
Seth will tell you about all his other accomplishments also.
And as Tminus, yeah, keep it going, you fuck. But as Tminus would say, built, not bought. As everybody saw in the Instagram world, what happened about a month ago? You'd say.
The Purge, right.
The Purge.
Yeah, the Purge.
And we watched many people within our circle go from 100,000 down to like 10,000. I mean,
Yeah.
there was one person I think went from 300,000 down to 3.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very embarrassing. Yeah.
so we saw a lot of posers out there, and I got
That's
that.
when you got to tell people you lost the phone, you don't know what happened.
yeah, basically.
All right, so everybody's going to be wondering one big thing about the three hosts, and one in particular, and that's Tminus. What is behind the name Tminus? I'm going to give you the floor. It's all yours.
Well, man, that shit started out 1999, 1998. I opened a pro drag racing shop, import drag racing, and I wanted to name the business. I just really wanted to stay away from everything cliche, which at the time was like auto sports, motorsports, auto salon, performance, this and that. Everybody had basically a derivative of the same thing. So I was thinking, I want to eventually branch out into clothing, and I just think about like this one brand by the name of Greg Norman, and he has an icon of a shark on his clothing. And he's a big golf guy, but you don't have to be into golf. You could look at this shark and say, you know what, I love sharks, or I really like that design, and you're going to buy his brand, or you're going to buy his clothing from his brand without being a specific fan of golf or anything else that he represents.
Well, that goes with a lot of brands out there. I mean, you don't have to play soccer to like Adidas. You don't have to.
Yeah, but
you don't have to play basketball to buy Jordans.
But this was my mindset and how the name came about. So that I wanted to. That was like what I was thinking in the future for the company. So I thought, you know what? Let me name it something that has to do with speed, but not like necessarily say speed, because God forbid there's a son or a daughter who wants a bit of clothing that's Tminus, and it's Tminus performance, and maybe the mother that's buying the clothing had a son that died in a car accident from racing, and she says, no, this is bad. It's it's negative, and I don't want to buy it. So I was trying to appeal to the masses. So I came up with Tminus because it's the countdown of time, and time is what you're trying to save in racing. and it stuck. I mean, we were big in the street races, and then we had an 8-second Supra running for us. And back in the days, 8 second.
Wait, did you say 8-second Supra?
8-second.
And how long ago was that?
99, 98.
That is fucking bananas in that year.
It is. It was so fast.
8 seconds. Who built that car?
We did.
You really?
Yeah.
8 seconds.
8 seconds.
On motor or nitrous?
No,
or?
turbo and nitrous.
Wow.
Yeah, fully built. Fully built car, fully.
And it was it
roll
was a newer
MK4. It was the last one they built. It was a '96. It was blue.
Wow.
We went racing with now so many people that have so much history in the industry, like Vinny 10, Craig Paisley.
Yeah, because I know Vinny
Gary
10
Gardella.
Racing's pretty well known amongst the Supras.
Right, exactly. Actually, him and Paisley were fighting for the world record for many years. Like Vinny would get 1 year, and then Paisley would get the next year, and then Vinny the next year.
Where'd you guys race?
We did Englishtown, we did Echo, we did MIR, we did VIR. Basically stuck to quarter-mile tracks, but clean quarter-mile tracks. I mean, there was at least one out in the island, but they really didn't take care of their track the way
that was West Hampton. West
Yes,
Hampton. I went to West Hampton many years ago. I had a drag car myself. I had a Ford Mustang Fox body. Thing was ridiculous.
And Gabe and I are definitely sorry to hear that.
I know. I'll give you a short version of that. One of my dear friends at the time built his dream car with my money. So I basically gave him my American Express, and he just went to town. He probably spent about $80,000. And I think by the time I sold it, I drove it once, never even raced it down a track because it was an under 10-second car. It did 9.7 and a quarter on motor with no spray or anything
Good,
at 137 miles an hour. And it stood right up on the rear wheels. And the first pass that it made, they threw him off the track because it was under 10 seconds. He didn't have a 10-second license. And it didn't have all the safety equipment.
Right.
So I drove it once for $80,000. The biggest waste of money I've had. I sold it for $17,000.
Yeah, well, you never get anything out of something what you put into it.
No, not unless it's a McLaren F1. So
Or a
we can just
Rolex
forget
or a
about
Harley
that.
Davidson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or an E30 M3 at this point.
Yeah, there's a couple of others
Dude,
too
they're
on
up,
top
yeah,
of
they're
that.
up to like 70K now.
I mean,
Really?
Yeah, for 200,000 miles.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's ridiculous. Look,
So ridiculous.
I had the Renault R5. Which
And
I
please, fucking Magnus Walker brought old 911s back into style. Now you can't get your hands on those either.
It's unbelievable.
It really is crazy.
The air-cooled ones are just nuts.
It is nuts.
Absolutely nuts. But anyway, so that's the history of T-Minus. So it stands for the countdown of time for the business, and then you adopted the name for yourself.
Right. I mean, people, I had T-Minus draped across the windshield of my NSX, and everybody that was in the street races always had T-Minus stickers. And some of the fastest people in the streets were rocking T-Minus stickers at the time. And people just started to know me by the shop, and they would call me T-Minus. And the name stuck. And what I realized is that, yeah, it's an odd name, and it's hard to introduce yourself in a formal
but it's memorable.
with it. But, yeah, people remember it. And you're building subliminal awareness of your brand basically the entire time that you introduce yourself as it, It's just it's a little hard to stomach at first for some people.
Yeah, no,
People that
absolutely.
conform
Listen,
to society.
I've heard it all. I mean, we've been friends for some years now, and I've had a lot of people say, dumb
What the
shit
fuck
to
is a
me.
T-minus?
Right. Dumb shit to me all the time.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, I say, well, just respect him. That's what he wants to be called. That's it.
Real
And
simple.
that's it. It's very simple. You want to be called Bob, I'll call you Bob. You want to be
gives a
called
shit.
Shirley.
It's so
Look,
fucking insignificant.
Bruce Jenner wants to be known as a chick now.
Like, people
Yeah, no.
I know.
Wow, yeah.
Meanwhile,
if I met him, you want me to call you Mary, I'll call you Mary. Whatever the fuck you want.
you want me to call you 83? I don't give a shit. 83? Like, I don't care.
It is what it is.
Absolutely.
All right, so that's the history behind T-Minus. We got a little background on CarLifestyle. I'll give you a quick little background on myself. My name is Seth Rose. I own several businesses. One of them that brought me into the automotive industry is Exotics Rally. And Exotics Rally started out in 2007, where we were organizing events for local car enthusiasts here in New York, in specifically Long Island, where we started getting people to bring their exotic cars out of the garage, and we wanted to end the garage queen stigma. And at the time, I had a transport brokerage where I worked out of a Bentley Lamborghini dealership, and it was very successful. And then later on throughout the years, more and more people started to adapt themselves and their own businesses to do the same kind of events that I was doing. So instead of sponsoring my events and advertising with it, they're doing it themselves, which listen, all I could do is say God bless, because, you know, if they can pull it off, it's great. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of effort that goes into it. And at the end of the day, in the past 8 years, we've donated well over $200,000 to different charities by doing these events. And now I've moved on to organizing multi-day rallies more than the single-day events, and focusing more on car shows, which we do a couple a year. But going through all these changes and all these different things with Exotics Rally, I actually met Tminus on the first rally I ever went to, which was back in 2007. Wow, I know you 8 years. In 2007, I bought my first quote-unquote, well, no, I owned a couple of Ferraris, but I bought a Lamborghini, a 2004 Lamborghini Gallardo. I had a Ferrari 348 Spider. I know, don't make fun of it. And I had a Porsche.
That car is dope.
I had a Porsche. This one's even doper, bro. I had a Porsche 930 slant nose wide body turbo convertible factory 505.
That's like being friends with God and then deleting him off Facebook.
I know.
Why would you do that?
I got to tell you, and the best part of the whole story behind it is my original business before all that was I used to own the largest repossession company in the Northeast. That particular car I had repossessed, and I wound up buying it from the bank for only $6,000.
Wow.
And the car was in disarray. I spent about $20,000 restoring it, modifying it, and putting it back to its original condition, except for some exhaust bits and intercooler, which was done by the infamous Spencer Cox, who used to own DP Motorsport, and now owns Autosport in Connecticut. And he did all the work on the car. The car was phenomenal. And I wound up trading that and my Ferrari, and I got an 04 Gallardo, which was the first year introduced in the United States. So I thought that was the coolest car in the world until I showed up to this first event, which was called the Fall Foliage Run. We met in Manhattan, then we went to...
Seth brought a bouncer, believe it or not.
I can't believe you remember that.
Bro. Of course.
That's great. He wasn't really a bouncer.
He was a bouncer. He was like 3 times your size.
Kind of like the guy that I used to have.
And he was like, hi. I was like, oh, boy.
I used to have him around me as a bodyguard.
Yeah, I was about to give him my ID. Jesus.
And, that is too funny. Do you actually remember that?
Hell yeah.
And we went on this Fall Foliage Run.
We met in front of Manhattan Motor Cars.
Yes, and that was when I realized that I was not the only swinging dick with a Lamborghini Gallardo, because there were like 50 of them at this meet. So it was interesting. Met a lot of cool people, and we went on a run, and then I decided to organize my own events, and that's the history behind Exotics Rally. So now you guys all have a little history of us three. I guess that gives you an idea where we're from, what we're about, and we all have the same thing in passion, which is a passion for cars, the same thing in common.
Yep.
And we all love cars. Some of us old school, new school, American, Japanese. I kind of have a liking for a little bit of everything, I think. T, what's your favorite?
Yeah, but we got to stay away from small boys, bro.
I don't mess with the small boys.
His face dropped when I said that.
You're the one that's got the order of protection against them, not me.
Yeah, against them, not against me. Exactly.
No, all kidding aside. I mean, you guys want to go? What's your favorite? What's your favorite iconic car you would want to own ever? Can you even name
That's
one?
so fucking hard, bro.
Can you even name one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can name the car that started it all for me.
What was it?
The 20th anniversary Lamborghini Countach.
25th.
Maybe it was 25th.
The white. That was the 25th. Yeah.
With that extra bumper in the
Yep.
front
The
and
Euro.
the wing in the
the Euro
front.
wing. That's
Oh, my
25th
God.
anniversary. An iconic
So
car.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it was.
And they've gone way up in value now. I don't know if you've seen what's happened to
I know
them.
it's crazy. You know, like just about 10 years
I
ago,
could have
they
gotten
were
one for
worth
80,
like
90,000.
crap.
Yeah. Could have gotten one for even as low as 70, 75,000.
Dude, I was seeing in DuPont Registry for like $55K.
Yeah, you can't touch them now for under, I think, $250
What?
for a real
It's
legit
Wolf of Wall
25.
Street. That's what that is.
They actually supposedly they wrecked a real one in that movie, but that's another
Yeah, I don't
story.
believe that bullshit.
I don't
Why
know.
would you do that?
Gabe, what's your favorite iconic car?
Probably would have to be the F40.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down with that.
Yeah, I loved it.
The F40 is a superior automobile. You know, I used to love Ferraris. That's what I always owned. I started out with a 308.
Yeah, he was poverty stricken.
I am broke.
Oh yeah, he'll tell you that again in our next podcast.
I had a Ferrari 308. I felt like I was Magnum PI. I was a little queer. Anyway, I moved on from that to the Ferrari 348, and then I started getting razzed all the time by all the guys with the Lambos and the Porsches saying, Ferrari fag. That's like a coined word. In fact, if you were to Google Ferrari fag, there's actually pictures of guys dressed in all Ferrari garb, hanging out by their Ferrari.
I got to hashtag that.
With like a polishing cloth. Now let me just state this right now. We have nothing against homosexuals. It's a term that's been coined a long time ago as Ferrari fag, having nothing to do with homosexuals. Fag being that they act a little too, overdone with their cars and the way they dress and the way they
sinking
act.
us here.
So in any event, I would say that my all-time favorite iconic car is probably going to be a Porsche 356.
That shit is gangster.
Yeah.
I always loved that car. Now, of course, Dylan driving one in 90210 definitely helped out a little bit when I was getting older. Because he was just cool. And James Dean, I mean,
Yeah, he
come
wasn't
on.
really that cool.
Well, James Dean was.
James Dean was cool.
James Dean was the man.
Absolutely.
And he drove
Steve McQueen, very
Steve
cool.
McQueen, okay.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Dylan, not so cool.
Not the cool. Well, Mr. Bean drives a McLaren F1.
As a daily driver, and he has wrecked it again.
I know.
He's actually selling it. You know that?
He's selling it. Yeah, I heard
Yeah,
he's
his
selling
twice wrecked daily driver F1.
it. He's got like 40,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's
yeah.
pretty impressive.
Well, he doesn't talk. He just does, hand movements.
But then again, I mean, it is a BMW V12. So,
Yeah.
I mean, super reliable,
Yeah.
right? It's
So
a V12.
it's the motor that was in the 850i?
I believe it's a version of it.
Wow.
I could be wrong. But those were cars of like yesteryear. I mean, in today's news, they announced the new Ferrari 488. Did you check that out?
Yeah, I saw a picture of it. Not super aggressive. I feel like they should have made it look like the 458 Special.
Yeah, but it does.
It looks too much like the 458 in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
Oh, it's its own model?
yeah.
Oh, I
it's a
didn't know that.
488. Oh, yeah, no. It's
Oh, so then, they should have done something
yeah,
different.
they went from the 430 to the 458.
see.
Now they're going to the 488.
Yeah, it's like they put this like little buffer in the middle of the the vent on the side, and that's
I mean,
Yeah,
one.
they made the side scoop a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
If you notice, I've always felt this, they almost like changed from one year to the next. Like the 308s had the scooped out side. And then you went to the 348, which had like the Testarossa grills. Then you went to the 360, which had the scooped outside. And they keep like alternating back and forth. And there's also something else that I noticed.
It's turbocharged too. Yeah. Twin
Well,
turbo.
this one is
that's awesome.
a 3.8 liter turbocharged with 660 horsepower.
That's a huge jump from the 458, right?
Tremendous, yeah.
It is a huge jump, but is everybody really going to get the same like noise out of a 3.8 that you're just not going to get out of like a 5-liter engine?
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
But
But it's gonna be fast as fuck, and that's what Ferrari needs.
Listen, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I mean, and their transmissions are holding up. I mean, they've come a long way, Ferrari, without
They
a
have.
doubt.
They
I mean,
have.
years ago, it used to go for a servicing.
Super
for like,
unreliable.
servicing was
super
like
expensive.
$10,000.
Take out the whole motor to
engine
change the oil.
out.
Yeah.
Let's remove your hatch, remove the wheels, remove the transaxle, pull your engine out.
Yeah, you need the special oil that we can only ship in from Dubai. Come on.
Yeah, and then bend you over and hit you with a $10,000 bill on top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was totally ridiculous.
And then
Absolutely.
you Ferrari guys are buying Ferrari scarves and gloves and Pumas.
Yeah, Puma's made quite a bit of money on that.
Yeah.
But the 3.8 liter. I don't know. I don't know if I'm down with that in a Ferrari. I mean, that doesn't like supercars don't have 3.8 liters.
Sure they do. Porsches have them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, true. Yeah, you have a good point. I mean, but Porsche's also like a lot smaller. And a Porsche, I mean, in my opinion,
A sports car, that's what you're going to
Porsche's a sports car, right? Porsche's not an exotic.
Because it doesn't have the roof line.
No.
Yeah.
It's never been an exotic.
That's the reason.
It's mass produced.
Do you know the definition of exotic? An exotic car is the first exotic that was ever coined the term exotic was the Lamborghini.
Miura.
No, the Countach. Because of the roof line.
Oh, I'm thinking supercar. supercar. They say the first supercar was a Miura.
Miura, yeah,
Yeah.
the SV.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Correct. And the value of an SV is through the roof.
I just saw a video today of Wayne Carini from that. He's the guy in Connecticut. He does. He goes and finds barn finds and he restores cars and this and that. He's another one of these guys like the Gas Monkey and all of them. He actually found in Illinois a Miura with 17,000 original miles that was sitting in a garage for the past 17 years, where they went to do a brake job and just never completed it. And it's been sitting in a barn. It's like they call it a barn find. It's in a garage, but it's been sitting there and it looks virtually untouched.
Wow.
And what's the guy want for it?
I don't know. They didn't go into details of prices, but the car's got to be worth north of $2 million.
You should trade your AutoZam AZ1 for that thing.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's going to work out.
You never know.
But-
There's a sucker born every minute.
Yeah, I mean, well, so the Ferrari 488 is definitely something to be reckoned with. I'm sure there's people lining up for it already. I'm sure they got a million calls at the Ferrari dealership. And I'm sure Ferrari pulled the same crap they pull with everybody else, which is, well, you can't buy it if you haven't owned a Ferrari already.
Right. Well,
So
that keeps the exclusivity of the brand.
it does, but, all these years, I don't know how legitimate or legal that could possibly be. I mean, it's crazy. They're forcing you to buy another car and lose money in order to get a new one.
Yeah, but it's smart.
Oh, it's
smart.
It's brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
I tell you where Ferrari has done what they've done properly, in my opinion, is Ferrari has made it an experience to buy the car. Versus Lamborghini, you can walk into any dealership and say, "I want a Gallardo or the new Huracan,"
Yeah.
and there's like 10 of them in inventory. Which one do you want? And then you get stuck with the options they have. Sure, you could build one, but it takes forever to get. So anyway, moving on from the 488, which, is still a cool car.
Word, let's talk about the fucking RS.
Let's move on to what was
something
unveiled this
exciting.
morning by none other than the number one hoonigan.
Word, Ken Block himself.
Yeah.
Ken Block himself helped unveil in, where is it, Cologne,
Germany.
Germany. Was the 2016 Ford Focus RS turbocharged all-wheel drive, which will be offered in the U.S.
Correct.
Finally.
Finally, America gets some really dope shit.
Yeah.
And not like watered down garbage that comes from that everybody else gets and we don't get.
I mean, for years, we definitely miss out on a lot of cool shit just because of all safety standards and
Tons of cool Cosworth stuff.
yeah, I mean, they just won't let them in because of emissions and standards, But to be honest with you, I mean, we have the highest accident rate in the world, versus like some of these other countries that let
That's
them in.
because the level of stupidity in the United States is overwhelming.
It really is. Yeah. No, you're 100% right. I mean, have you been to Germany?
Yes.
You've been to the Autobahn?
Yes.
Okay. Now, a lot of people don't know this, which is interesting. The Autobahn is the highway system. It's like we call them interstates. They call it Autobahn. That's their name for interstates. And this is like a misnomer where people think Autobahn is just one road.
One single road.
Right, with a
You
certain
can
stretch.
Speed on, blah, blah,
Autobahn
blah.
is the entire system, and then there's just signs that say like 80 kph with an X through it.
Right, and that's actually the A before the number on the road. So it'll be like an A16. That'll be Autobahn 16.
Okay, yeah. But what's interesting is, you'll find people, they do not even use like turn signals. You don't see people flashing their brights. You don't see them honking their horns. And you see these elderly women in like a Mercedes 500 SL ripping it.
Doing like 180 past.
Yeah, ripping it. And people just move right out of their way and then move back into the lane. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Yeah. I mean, you'd be killed if you were hit at 180 in the fast lane.
Yeah.
If you were dwaddling like the people doing.
Yeah, and it's amazing that most of the cars in Germany are rear-wheel drive.
Correct.
Yep.
And they have an abundance of snow.
No, but here's the deal, and I actually found this out yesterday from Andrew Zalison and his fiancée Elizabeth White, that Germany will not let you drive a car on the road if you do not have snow tires.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, every car that's on the road, and apparently if you get pulled over without snow tires in the winter season,
Really?
without snow even being on
You
the
have a
floor,
problem.
they impound your car and they make it a serious deal for you to get your car back.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware either.
But anyway, we got off topic. Let's go back to the Ford Focus RS. Now,
Yep.
the Ford Focus RS was unveiled today, which is a super aggressive looking car. It has a 320 horsepower EcoBoost.
2.3 liter.
EcoBoost engine,
Yep.
which for a four-banger is making 320 horsepower. Now that's stock. Now I'm sure people are already starting to think of ways to tune it and step it up.
Absolutely.
And
Yeah,
I
definitely.
wouldn't be a bit surprised if just by a simple tune and
Said
some
500.
exhaust and intake, you're going to be hitting numbers close to 500.
This is the new Evo. This is the new STI. This is it.
Yep.
I mean, EcoBoost has definitely been a proven engine.
Right. It's a derivative of the SHO engine.
Right, which the SHO engine was, the original one was a Yamaha engine.
That's right.
Yeah, I had one. I had a Taurus SHO.
Of course you did. You know, this is the poor life that Seth lives.
I had
Everybody.
I had a 1990 Ford Taurus SHO, which I dumped the clutch and tranny like 4 times.
If you guys have any extra money that you would like to donate to Seth Rose, please,
Please,
this
let
guy
him-
can use it.
P.O. Box 8082, Hicksville, New York 11802. Please make the check payable to Exotics Rally. I
Or
could
you know
use as many
anything that you
donations.
have in your house, anthrax, C4, anything. You know.
So anyway, they're talking about it being in the $35,000 to $40,000 range. They're saying that it's going to rock the world of the Evos, the STIs, and the like. They're saying it's going to stomp on the Volkswagen Golf R,
I'll
which
forget about it.
which-
yeah.
Golf R.
Jeez.
that car's a pretty capable car, actually,
Yeah, compared
Yeah.
to what? Like the
compared
subway
to a
train?
Golf non-R. It's coming standard with Michelin Pilot Super Sport tires.
Whoa,
Wow.
whoa.
Yep.
Yeah, but the Ford owners won't be able to replace the tires.
Right. It's all-wheel drive, which is definitely some cool shit. And it uses a pair of electronically controlled clutch packs. So it's a 6-speed manual, and the thing is just badass. I mean, it's got this real high roofline spoiler, just like the rally cars when they had the RS 500s, which was like this version of the rally car that was overseas.
That's correct.
It's definitely a really cool car.
Rear diffuser, Brembo brakes.
Dual exhaust, killer wheels on it. I mean, I would definitely Google a picture of it and take a look at it because you'll be calling your Ford dealership real soon. I spoke to a friend of mine who owns a Ford dealership, and I ordered one this morning. And then
Because he's broke, you know.
then by midday, I called back and ordered a second one
Also, because he's broke.
because I figured, what's better than one? Having two, because I think they're going to go for a little bit of a premium
Hopefully he
at first.
thinks like that when the Zonda comes here.
No, Zonda's way out of my price range.
Yeah, so he says.
But I thought this would be a really cool car to have and to get two of them so I can, hopefully make a couple of bucks on selling one because I think, like I said, they're going to go for a premium.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep the one and use that. And everybody kept asking me what color, and I'm like, who cares? Because, I happen to own Art of Wrap, which is a wrapping company. So I figured, you know what? What the heck? I'll just wrap it up and do something really, funky for the business.
In parentheses, shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug. Follow at Art of Wrap, NY. Wrap is WRAP, NY. Anyway.
NY stands for not yours.
All right. So, Ford Focus, Ken Block, he's the man. I'm sure everybody's seen all the Gymkhana videos and of the like, and they are just out of control. But that'll move us on to our next topic, which involves a little video that we put together ourselves about 3 weeks ago. A little short stint. And
With no budget.
Right. There was no budget
planning.
whatsoever.
No
and
planning,
I'm
yep.
going to let Tminus and Gabe take over on this because this was their idea with the donation of my tires.
Yeah, so basically I stepped to Seth here about a week in advance, and I had to meet Ryan Turk, who's a good friend of mine. I'm not sure if you guys know him, but he's a pro drifter with Formula Drift. He also has a series on YouTube produced by Network A. Excuse me. That it's called Turked, and it basically follows the lifestyle of Ryan Turk when he's in his off seasons from Formula Drift. So he was coming to meet me for lunch. He was in Connecticut at the time, and I said, come over, take the ferry over, meet me for lunch in Long Island. And he was like, yeah. And I was like, what are you doing for the afternoon? And he was like, no, I'm free. And I was like, okay. And I thought, we haven't really, I wanted to bring multimedia in terms of video to CarLifestyle. So I spoke with a local guy by the name of Sammy Schwa from Schwa Films, and we wanted to bring him on board. And I got with Gabe on it, and he was like, absolutely, let's do this. And we spoke with Sammy, and he was really into it. And so we had him kind of on board, and then I was just going to come up with projects. And this was really last minute, spur of the moment. And I was just like, you know what, before I even told Ryan the deal, I said, let me go and ask Seth. Because Seth was an integral part of it because he owns the car, and hopefully he would, land us some location, maybe a friend of his or a colleague, somebody that owns something, an abandoned warehouse or something, large that we could film in, drive in, and not be bothered by, one, the public, and two, the authorities. So I went to Seth, and he has a new wrapping company, which he mentioned before, and he has his own personal Instagram site, and he promotes various things, including this run that he has coming up called The Hunt. And I said to him, do you want to go viral? And he was like, absolutely. What do I have to do? And I said, can I get Ryan Turk to do some really wild hoonigan shit in your spiker? And he was like, I'm down. And that was it. So then I hit Ryan up, and I was like, so after lunch, you feel like doing a burnout in a $300,000 one-off spiker? And he was like, yeah, depends on how lunch is. So yeah, so we really had no time on the project at all. There was zero budget for it. And because we hadn't been to the location previously, we didn't know what to, we didn't know what to expect in terms of lighting, in terms of sound quality, or anything else. And we didn't have any plans to shoot it. We hadn't storyboarded anything. There was no screenplay. There was nothing. It was like spur of the moment. And I've done this before when I used to film and star in a DVD series that was produced by Dustin Worrells called Techademics, the Mischief series. And I'm really used to just making it happen as opposed to planning everything out. So Seth came through with a location and had his car ready, and met up with Ryan. We had lunch. We went and met up with Seth. And at Seth's place, Gabe had already come, and he showed up with Sammy. So we drove to this underground garage that, thank God Seth had, secured the location, and it was semi-private. We had permission, but it was an express permission from the owners.
Yeah, it was
kind
of like, right? Well, do what you want, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, keep it quiet. Yeah, keep it quiet. Yeah. So we went in, and it was dark, and it was
that was
wet
a problem,
and damp, and there was like
it was so eerie.
Yeah,
there was like
coming off the floor. I felt like I was in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
There was like this fog, like just floating.
Yeah, it was
like,
real weird.
Yeah.
But it was
we
cool.
Definitely could have killed somebody down there. Gotten away with it. So we drove down there, and I was like, man, I don't know what we're gonna do about lighting.
Yeah,
and then,
that was an issue. Yeah.
Plus, it was only me shooting with my Canon 6D, and Sammy with his one Panasonic prosumer camera.
And a bunch of iPhones.
Yeah, and a bunch of
iPhones, but those phones didn't make it to the final product, or the film from the iPhones didn't make it. We had one GoPro that was Gabe's. We had a Sony action cam that didn't get used, but it was really like
and the Nikon too.
Spur of the moment.
Yeah,
well, yeah, you were taking stills, right?
Yeah, I was taking stills.
And we just, where do we set up? And then the floor was made of concrete, and even though it was wet, even though we found dry areas, it was just impossible to get a standstill going, and I mean really impossible. And Seth just took my water bottle away because
it's like a child.
He's
fixated with something.
Yeah,
he plays with it nonstop.
Yeah,
Zip your pants, you weirdo.
What about the men that are locked up to your radiator in the basement? Yeah. So
anyway, so we went ahead and we did this filming.
Yeah.
And I got to be honest. I mean, I'm just gonna cut in for a second here. I was very excited to get this done. Now, I've been in the car with Ryan before at Englishtown. I've seen him drive. I've seen what he's capable of. But I really have never let anybody drive my car. And, of course, he got in. He's like, just show me where first and second gears.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit. Like, I'm really doing this. And then, of course, we go into this underground parking garage. and he takes over the wheel.
He did ask you first in reverse. He didn't say first and second.
No, he just wanted to make sure it was a standard H where all the gears were.
Oh, okay.
He just
Yeah.
wanted to know where
And then the
gears were.
reversed part.
And then the
yeah.
reverse,
Right,
right?
yeah.
Because you have to push the button all the way to the left, straight up. It's a little weird. So, in any event, he was trying to first do a burnout, which just wasn't happening because
A standstill.
a standstill
Right.
burnout, and he got kind of frustrated.
Yeah.
and he was like, "Fuck it," and then he just started doing donuts in
Yeah,
my
he just-
car,
yeah.
which is when my balls went into my throat. I nearly passed
That's
out.
not the first time that's happened.
And everything was pretty close. Those pillars.
Oh
right?
my God! It was for me. It was
was
a
a little
very
close.
tight squeeze. For him, he was like, "Oh, I could put an 18-wheeler between those things." And I'm like, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah.
But my car's worth more than an 18-wheeler, and it was definitely nerve-wracking. And as soon as he was done, he was like, "Well, if you want to do another take, I'll just do it again." I'm like, "No, well, I think we got it. But overall, it was definitely an intense moment for me. These guys just somehow just got every angle just perfect. I mean,
Yeah.
we pretty much did like one take.
Yeah,
We
that
did
was,
one
it
take.
was one take.
That was one take.
We
One
did
take.
one take, and for throwing something together, and for
That
this
fast?
that fast in a short amount of time with the amount of lighting that we had, all the variables, nothing scripted whatsoever.
Yeah, honestly,
not
we should be getting nominated for a Golden Globe Award right now.
not the most professional equipment that money can buy.
Right.
Obviously.
Right. No red
You know.
cams, no phantoms.
Right. More of like hobby equipment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Is that what
basically.
I would
yep.
call it like good
Because
hobby
we had
equipment.
no planning. If we had 2
No
weeks,
budget,
we could have.
so, yeah.
Right, and we had a budget. We could have rented something really nice from B&H or Autorama or any place else. We could have had microphones, but even with microphones, and this was a big issue on many of the places that reviewed the video. A lot of people that watched the video. Everybody has an opinion. Came on and they were like horrible sound quality. Well, here's the deal: we were in an enclosed space, and there was nothing to muffle the sound. There was nothing but reverb. So it was like echo after echo, and you have a V8 that's revving at 9,000 RPM in a place that's all concrete. I mean, you could have the best sound quality in the world. It's going to be incredibly hard.
Yeah,
to isolate that sound.
unless you cheat and dub a track in.
Right, unless you're
Yeah.
like your car is lip syncing.
Which we weren't about to do.
Yeah.
And it was it was
We
like
didn't have
said,
Milli Vanilli there, so we were like, yeah, we're going to have to make out without it.
I don't know if many of the audience is going to know who Milli Vanilli is, you old bastard.
Oh,
Anyway,
I mean, I don't.
Yeah,
Gabe has no clue.
No.
Gabe's like,
yeah
is
but
that, is
Gabe
that like
comes
some?
from a third world country.
Gabe's like, is that some sort of like milkshake or something?
Yeah,
So anyway, so the video launched, and the most amazing part of it is this was almost like a perfect storm
Yeah.
because I'm sure a lot of people know Spiker, the manufacturer, has had a lot of troubles in the past, I would say 10 years. And this dates back to when they had an F1 racing team that almost put them into bankruptcy. They survived that. Then they went and I don't know why, and maybe we could look it up even further, but they bought Saab from GM. Not the best move in my
definitely
world.
not.
I mean, that's like, buying Daewoo. I mean, it just, it's something that shouldn't have happened. They bought that, and that fell apart, and that almost put them in bankruptcy. Then they went to develop a new car called the B6 Venator, with between all the research and design and trying to raise money, that put them into a bankruptcy recently. And it was such a quick bankruptcy, and the courts made such a rushed decision, which was unwarranted. And Spiker actually fought it, and they won the appeal. And the day they won the appeal, which basically gave them a rebirth, another life in their 9 lives, was when this video went viral.
Right.
Yep.
So everybody was listening to this video. It was on,
Road and Track.
Road and Track, Car Buzz, Autoblog,
Supercar
Autoblog.
Kids,
Supercar Kids, Jalopnik.
GT
Right.
Spirit.
Oh, GT Spirit had it also.
Yep.
Hoonigan. Speed Society.
Right. I mean, it was everywhere. I mean,
Yeah.
it even hit like a German one.
Yeah.
It hit like a German one. It hit one in the Netherlands. It's hit all over the place, which is really, really cool for us because it was like the first project that we've done together.
Right. I mean, we don't even have, at this current time, we don't even have 200 subscribers on the channel. We only have one other video, which is about 40 seconds. and all of a sudden these videos have more than 30,000 views.
Right, which is really awesome.
Tremendous.
Within a week, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Within a week also.
and a lot of the titles were, Ryan Turk slays tires on a spiker, and Spiker celebrates their overturn of their
everything
bankruptcy.
was really positive, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
Very positive.
and everybody loved it, and it was, it was a great first video for us. It was a lot of fun, and we made a lot of headway out there, and I'm definitely proud of it. I know you guys are
Absolutely.
proud of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
And you guys, and we all should be
For
proud
the
of it.
circumstances, it was
Yeah.
it came out incredible.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Definitely.
mean, we all should be proud of it. And, even while we were doing that, I recently bought a Polaris Slingshot, which is a 3-wheel.
Again, he's broke.
After buying all these cars, I am broke, okay?
Yeah, don't worry. Something else will come out next week. He'll buy that too.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Just don't let my ex-wife hear this one. Anyway, so I bought the Polaris Slingshot 3-wheel. It's registered as a motorcycle in New York State. They don't have a different designation for it. Some other states call them autocycles. But this thing's a 3-wheel little rocket ship with a little Ecotech engine in it. And, Ryan decided, let me see how this thing runs. And I don't know if anybody saw the pictures online or anything, but you can go on to CarLifestyle, you can go on to Exotics Rally, and you can see the aftermath of that. It was quite a blast of smoke and rubber. And T, you actually got to ride in the car while he was doing it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the burnout, yep.
Absolutely, without a seatbelt. And he's whipping it around, and I was like, yo, Ryan, you better not throw me out of this, or you better kill me, one of the two. So if I get up, I'm definitely going to have to stab you. Yeah. I mean, it was a lot of fun, though. That thing is
Yeah, it was
cool.
fun,
My only real gripe, I guess, is that it really doesn't sound as cool as it looks. It's like it sounds like a little Civic doing like a.
Yeah, it
don't know.
definitely needs some exhaust work.
Right.
Yeah.
It needs
Or
a turbo.
V8, or a turbo, exactly.
It needs a turbo,
Yeah,
which
it needs some balls,
I've got my name on the list for
It looks
for a
sick,
turbo
though.
kit. Yeah, it
Of course he does. He's got, did you hear that,
Oh,
everybody?
here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Turbo
Yeah,
kit.
he's getting a turbo kit for the car that no one even has yet. But he's broke.
I buy a piece of bazooka, and he says, "I know you're broke. You're broke."
No. That's what you say. I just reiterate shit.
Oh boy. So anyway, back to the Slingshot. It's a lot of fun. It's 3 wheels. It does donuts in a heartbeat without much effort. It definitely.
It's like a cross
Slides
between the
back and
KTM
forth.
Expo and a T-Rex, and it's awesome, and it's super affordable. It's much less than a T-Rex, and it's it's a great bang for the buck.
Okay, so the next topic that I want to talk about, only because it's affecting everybody right now here in the Northeast, is the winter. Now, I'm sure all 3 of us drive. All 3 of us have unique daily drivers, I would say. Well, not unique. I mean, Tminus is unique in my opinion because he's got this crazy. Tell everybody what you're driving around.
I don't know. It's super functional. Looks like a lunchbox with wheels. It's a Honda Element 4-wheel drive, but I got Bridgestone Blizzaks on it, and it's proved to be incredibly sure-footed in the snow. I mean, I had it in New Hampshire last weekend with Ryan Turk, and he couldn't even get the thing to do a donut. He was so disappointed. He vowed never to buy these tires.
Gabe drives a
2014 Mazda 3.
which, by the way, does not look like a Mazda 3.
Not at all.
I don't
Not at
know
all.
how this has happened.
Honestly, it's so good looking.
I mean, I would definitely go on to Gabe's Instagram page and take a look at the car. 'Cause
Absolutely.
It looks like a futuristic Lexus GS or
Dude,
something.
it looks so good.
It's a mixture of a lot of different cars I see. Yeah.
Yeah,
And,
it's got a lot of different lines to it. I mean, my daily driver is a Jeep Grand Cherokee. With,
Yeah, Spiker, you know the guy's broke.
no, Jeep Grand Cherokee with a Hemi.
Grand Cherokee.
With a
he
Hemi.
couldn't get like the little Cherokee. He has to get the grand
It's
one.
an overland Hemi. I do a lot of driving, so I want to get decent mileage still. That's the only reason everybody says, why don't you go with the SRT8? I'm like, why get 4 miles to the
Right.
gallon?
I mean, he's trying to get mileage. He buys a Grand Cherokee, not a Prius, or Insight or anything like
I can
that.
tell for the rest of my podcast lifetime, I'm going to be dealing with the fact that I'm broke and T-Minus believes that I'm like Bill Gates' nephew. So
More like his father,
yes,
Darth Rose.
yeah. Bill, I am not your father. Anyway,
This isn't Maury.
So anyway, so getting back to winter, what I can't understand is why people even attempt to go out and drive when they have no business being on the road to begin with.
really,
They
honestly.
spin out. They're all over the goddamn place. But here's what's amazing to me. When I was a kid, and this is,
Like 1930.
yeah, I'm not going to date myself too much. But back then, you either had rear-wheel drive or you were a few select people that had front-wheel drive. That's when Toyota, Honda, Nissan had first come out with the front-wheel drive cars.
Wait, 1930?
Shut up. All right? No. We're talking about in 1986.
Yeah, you were already like 35.
Okay. In 1986, most people had rear-wheel drive cars. Yet I do not recall ever seeing people sideways, bouncing off walls, into cars, all over the place, driving like lunatics, a million freaking accidents. And now, today, we have better plows, better salting, better sanding, better road surface, better cars, but more accidents. And now, I mean, a lot of it, I think, is attributed to the amount of cars that people have.
Yeah.
And there's more cars on the road.
Yeah.
And the amount of incompetence, which is running rampant in our society.
Now, I mean, you look at the average house. I think the average house with even just 2 drivers, I think most of them have maybe even 3 cars. I mean, how many cars do you have, Tminus?
I actually have 5 cars.
5 cars, 1 person. Gabe?
In my house, 3.
And how many people are driving?
2.
Okay, so there you go. There's 3 cars, 2 drivers. Now, I have, I don't even, here we go.
Here we go.
Here we go.
I don't
Broke lifestyle.
I don't get to pay for this one, but I think I
Jesus.
currently own 7 cars. And out of those 7 cars, I only...
Did you hear him say currently? Because he's buying other ones as we speak.
Oh, I am going to get so abused this entire podcast. I can tell for the rest of
He's
my life.
submissive. He likes to be abused.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, tie me up and beat me with a muffler. So anyway, yeah. So I think I have right now currently around 7 cars.
9.
7 cars. I had 9. Unfortunately, the other day my smart car took a shellacking.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. I have an original 2006 Euro version smart car, which is a 3-cylinder turbo, and that's from Italy. It was imported.
That little thing's turbo?
Yeah.
Why didn't we upgrade it?
Because it's so small, you can't fit anything in that engine compartment.
Bullshit, you can't.
What you can do, though, is you could put a Hayabusa motor in it,
Right.
which
I've
people
seen
have
that.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
which
tons of people have done that shit.
Yeah, why would I do that?
Because you're Seth Rose.
I can't afford that.
Here we go again. I need a mixer here so I can here we go again.
I'm just gonna put that on a what do they call sampler?
Yeah, sampler.
We should get a sampler next time, so I can
That's
just
an
say,
awesome
"I'm
idea.
broke.
Yeah.
I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke."
You should open up for like Funkmaster Flex. Seth Rose here. You know what I'm saying? Broke in the house.
Funk ain't got nothing on my cars, bro.
Oh,
All right. So anyway,
Oh man.
oh my God.
so anyway, as far as my smart car, that was from Italy. That was a Euro version. It was a 3-cylinder turbo, and it was a convertible as well. I had the car since 2007. That was actually the first car I bought after I sold my repossession business. That was like for me an accomplishment to actually just go out and buy a car for cash. It was the first car I ever bought for cash. Everything else I always financed or leased, and this was the first one. So I was pretty excited to get it, and it was just a cool car. You know, nobody had them stateside. There were maybe about 40 of them that were imported. And, of course, I had the iconic license plate that said, "Stop laughing."
Which I do have to give you credit for.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you. I appreciate that. I should have gotten the license plate that says, "I'm broke," but it was taken. So anyway,
Of course it was taken. Probably by Gil Rivera.
Either that or it was on my other car, right? Is that what you were going to say? So anyway, I had this car all this time. And then one of my employees the other day left it parked outside in front of my shop on the street, legally parked. And I believe a snowplow hit it. I don't know for sure, but something of substance took a bite out of it.
Yeah, but is it ruined? Or is it just like is it just cosmetic?
Oh, no, there's structural damage, there's cosmetic
wow.
damage, and there's engine damage.
Oh,
it won't
really?
even run now. All the idiot lights are on. It broke the muffler. It bent the subframe.
Oh,
And
They must have been going fast. Or
They-
maybe
they-
a
I mean,
truck.
it really doesn't look like that much damage.
It doesn't to the in the pictures it doesn't look that bad, but I can tell you this, it's tweaked hard.
Hot.
And on top of it, this guy.
This
Throw
guy.
Seth right off.
Threw me right off. My beautiful girlfriend just walked through the living room, and because that's where we have our little studio set up here. And of course, he's got to make a comment. Leave it to T.
I said hot, but I was talking about your breath, Seth.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's right. You're sitting like 10 feet from me. If it's that bad, I really have problems.
Shit is serious, bro.
Okay. No, it's not that bad. Anyway, so they took a bite out of that car, and it looks like the car is going to be totaled, unfortunately, because you can't get parts to the car anymore because that's the Euro version, and it's a different size. The car physically is smaller than the U.S. version. So the panels are not interchangeable, and to get it from the UK is nearly impossible because they stopped producing the car. Therefore, the parts aren't around, and you'd have to search high and low for them, and it just wouldn't make sense to import all the parts and fix it. So
That sucks.
that's what kind of prompted me also to get the Ford
course,
Focus
buy a new
RS.
car. Yeah, you know.
Why not?
Why not a car?
This guy has a hard life, guys.
Why not? So, but
When Jay-Z was talking about hard life, he was not talking about Seth Rose.
So getting back to the winter driving, there's a prime example of that is probably one of the smallest cars parked on the road now in the world, or I should say in this area, and some douche winds up hitting it. Like, I mean, really.
That shit happens. You know, there's a lot of snow on the floor, whatever.
Yeah,
And
there's
you do
snow
have a
and there's
smaller
ice.
car, so you're fine.
Yeah.
You do.
There's snow, ice,
The
everything.
Autozam is smaller.
The AutoZam is smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty unique car, but we'll talk about that in another episode. You know, we'll just focus on the Focus. But so anyway, so that's winter driving. I just don't get it. I'll never understand it. These people. It took me over an hour to get home yesterday,
Yeah.
and
all
I
the,
only
all the
live
ice, yeah.
15
snow.
minutes from here. That's crazy. That's why I work 15 minutes from my house.
Yeah, but
It took me over an
you
hour to
shouldn't have
get
stopped by the strip club, bro.
No, I did not stop at any strip club, dear. I'm broke. I can't afford strippers, okay?
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So anyway, why don't we give ourselves some shameless plugs here? We'll go over a couple of things. So we'll go around and we'll all introduce ourselves one more time. And we'll go over our Instagram so people can follow us and Twitter and Facebook and anything that we have. Again, I am Seth Rose. My Instagrams are Exotics Rally. Exotics is with an S, is plural. Rally, R-A-L-L-Y. I also have The Hunt Rally, T-H-E, Hunt, R-A-L-L-Y. Also, my business, Art of Rap, which is a takeoff from a movie. It's a spinoff. It's Art of, W-R-A-P-N-Y for New York. And you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can send me private messages. I always respond. Send me pictures if you want them posted, and we can have some fun with those. And then now I'm going to turn it over to Gabe from CarLifestyle.
Yep, CarLifestyle at CarLifestyle. Instagram. We also have a Facebook, CarLifestyle, and Twitter. We're pretty much everywhere. YouTube, Tumblr, and Tminus. You are my personal Instagram is Gabe_CarLifestyle, and Tminus over here is Tminus_CarLifestyle.
Wrong. I am not. I am T_NYC.
NYC.
CarLifestyle.
Yeah, his.
And for those of you that don't know, that's CarLifestyle, because some people do spell words with different contexts, so different spellings. So we just wanted to make sure that you guys have that. But yeah, I am T-minus. I'm lost here.
He's a loss for words for once in his life. If anybody knows T-minus, and I'm sure a lot of you
All I
listening
need to do is lose some weight now and some calories, and I'll be golden.
He never is short of words. But anyway, so again, we hope you enjoyed this podcast. This is the first of many to come. We'll be hitting a lot more topics in the near future between rallies, car shows, Instagram hints and tips. I think next time we're going to go over some social media stuff. So maybe someday you guys could be as successful as CarLifestyle. And, maybe Gabe will show us some of his secrets and give us a couple of tips on social media.
Definitely.
We'll talk about some more of my cars. We'll talk about the lack of funds in my bank account. We'll talk
Seth will
about.
definitely keep talking to you. He'll definitely tell you what he can't afford, and then he'll tell you what he's ordering.
And basically, this is all going to be about our passion for cars and the public at large. And cars have become such a huge part of Americana, as well as internationally.
Yeah.
Right, in our society.
I mean, they say the two biggest purchases you make in your life are a home and a car. And I think that, people at large have really, stepped up their game with cars. I think it's changed so much over the years, which has given us plenty of topics to talk about. And, the driving force behind Car Lifestyle, Exotics Rally, Art of Rap, the Hunt Rally, and, just everybody as a whole. So hopefully you enjoyed this. And we will talk to you next time. Again, Gabe Florido from Car Lifestyle, Tminus from Car Lifestyle, and Seth Rose from Exotics Rally.
And you can find us on the web at car-lifestyle.com.